What is up, guys? This is your boy Blue Vegito Gaming, and today I think I'm going to be doing yet another dokkan video, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing the most underrated LRs. Now, both the LRs that I'm talking about do happen to be of the extreme int variety, because I don't know why. That extreme int is probably one of the well, actually, you could bring a pretty godly power team, but I feel like just because Kid Buu is the extreme int leader and nobody runs him anymore because he's not that good. Nobody runs him is that nobody uses extreme int these days. If you're gonna be running an extreme team, it's likely gonna have Angel Golden Frieza on it, because he's pretty much the first notable extreme unit that comes to mind for most people anyway. But what I'm going to be talking about is about these two units that no one hardly seems to use. Like, I never see them being run in like teams unless it's like for a meme or something. Maybe that's just me though. So the first one we're going to talk about is a free-to-play LR. Okay, now of course the only free-to-play extreme int LR I believe we have is the LR Meta Cooler. Now, these guys admittedly are hard to get. It's probably one of the reasons why no one uses them, because they are hard to get, because you need 150,000 of those gems from the battlefield mode, and battlefield mode can get ridiculous in the later stages. So I do understand why people don't use them, or just simply because they don't have them, right? But they're a pretty solid unit overall, the LR Meta Cooler like squadron. Even though there are some things I don't like for free to play, they are pretty good. Now, they do get attack and defense plus 90% of the start of the turn, which for an LR is pretty underwhelming. But hey, I mean, come on, it's free to play. And the other thing that bothers me about it happens to be the fact that there's basically like a hindrance on these guys, because as you can see, I stated that they get 90% at the start of the turn, but it raises their attack up to 90% at the start of the turn, meaning that the more HP you have, as you can see, the greater the boost. Now, that kind of HP restriction makes them not as good, because obviously the lower on health you get, the more dangerous it is to have them around. One thing I do like though is that the fact that they have like a chance to launch additional super attacks, which looks like Dokkan likes giving that out to Cooler units, because if you take a look at Cooler, Physical Cooler, the God Lead, he also has a chance to launch 2 additional attacks, or they have, both of them actually have a like medium chance, which is like 10% of becoming a super attack. These guys though, they still have the chance to do additional attacks, but the only thing is that it is improvement over the Physical Cooler is that they actually do have a higher chance. Now, I believe the chance is the chance is a high chance to launch up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a rare chance to become a super attack. So I think with Cooler it was medium chance for both. Now, the high chance, I think high is like 40%, and then rare, I think rare is like 5%, isn't it? So I mean, it's not the best percentages, but he's still going to be hitting decently hard, I guess, assuming you have the full 90%. I've seen him be able to hit, like in my own team, he's hitting pretty good. He's hitting for almost 1 million at like SA14, you know, at near max health. So it's not terrible, but he could be better. Now, he does have some pretty good links. Like, he obviously links with Frieza with the strongest clan in space, shocking speed, fear and faith. Now he also has legendary power, which again all LRs have. He has auto regeneration, which I think is something only Cooler has. I think that's something only Cooler has. I don't think the Majin. I think the Majins have called it something else. Yeah, I think that's the only link exclusive to the Metal Coolers. But anyways, that's that. Now moving on to, well, he does pretty much everything Cooler does, but you know he does it better. And that is, of course, my boy, the LR that I swear is the most underrated in the game, which is my main man, LR Bojack. Now, LR Bojack, he's actually pretty monstrous, all things considered. Okay, he's already pretty good in his SSR and TUR states, but then when you dokkan him into LR, you can really see him shine. And obviously, if you throw him on a Extreme Int, or even better, Resurrected Warriors, linking him with Golden Frieza and linking him with the aforementioned Cooler Squadron, or Cooler Corps, I guess, right? He gets key more easily, because that's probably his only weakness, his links. But anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at what he actually has to offer us, right? So as you know, he is the Extreme Int leader, so you know, the leader, key plus 4, HP attack defense 100 across the board. Now, what really matters is when you get into what can this boy do, right? So first, he gets, on the 12 key, greatly lowers defense, okay? Lowering defense and lowering the attack of the enemy is always a plus in my book, but lowering defense is probably even better. Then, not only that, his 18 keys actually busted. So Mega Colossal, normal, but then he raises Extreme Class Allies attack by 40% for a turn. Absolutely monstrous, 40%. Granted, it is only for one turn. If it were 2 turns, that might make him the best LR in the game. At least in terms of super attack effects, but you know, 40% is still pretty monstrous. Now you get to his passive skill, attack and defense plus 80% at the start of turn. Now that's unconditional. Okay, that's unconditional. So that he's already outshining Metal Cooler in that department, because Metal Cooler got 90%, but that only applies to how much more HP you have. So he gets 80% attack and defense no matter what is going on. But then he gets a plus additional attack boost by up to 70%. The more HP he has. So assuming you have max HP, this man is already getting 150 attack. Okay, so assuming you have like no HP, because you see he has additional defense boost up to 70%, so the less HP remaining, the greater the defense boost. Okay, so now you have plus 150 defense. So he's a great offensive and defensive unit. As your health decreases, he becomes an even better tank, and as your health remains high, he continues to hit insanely hard. But for some reason, nobody uses him, and I don't know if that's because of his essentially some kind of trash links, but I mean, he has like what, strongest clan in space. I think he even has shocking speed. He has well, the Hera clan is a useless link, but he has shattering the limit. Like, come on now, he is usable. Okay, even though he doesn't fit best on like an overall extreme team, if you throw him onto Extreme Int, or if you throw him onto Resurrected Warriors, like I said, with Golden Frieza or Metal Cooler or both, he becomes even better than he is. And I don't see why people don't use him more often, because plenty of people have Golden Frieza, okay? But I've seen many videos where people would often, you know, even though they might have had LR Bojack, they just wouldn't use him in exchange for another unit. Now, granted, LR Bojack is obviously not the best unit you could throw on a Resurrected Warriors team. There are undoubtedly more options, and you have to think of team synergy. How would he link with everyone else on the team? But Resurrected Warriors, as with most categories, they pretty much share at least 3 or 4 links apiece. So it's not really anything to worry about. And on top of that, another plus that you could say Bojack has is that he's a thick boy. I mean, look at those swole arms. Right? Like, you see this man, right? He's really flexing on us. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm done with my little rant. Had to get a video out today because, you know, someone was telling me that they thrive off of my videos. Can you imagine that? Thrive off of my videos. He knows who he is. So shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to my guy. Question for you though, if you are watching, he knows who he is. When are you gonna get Commander? Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. I'm done with my little spiel, and this has been Blue Vegeta Gaming, your host. And I'll see you guys later.